And thank you guys so much for tuning in to Dre TV. I am Draven, and we're going to be casting some more of the group stages for WCS Jönköping. I am trying so hard to learn it. Jönköping. Ha! I was casting some games for Helton and Love Crate earlier. I guess they're a bunch of locals from Sweden, and saw a lot of Swedish people in chat trying to correct me, and it was just awful. All right, so I was taking a quick look at the group stages, and this is Group H should have been called Group Z for Zerg, because holy smoke, Cham, Namshar, JonSnow, and Xanster, like, talk about just gnarly. Either way, let's get into the game. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Spawning in the top left. Wow. I almost slaughtered his name. Spawning in the top left, the red Zerg player from Dead Pixel Gaming. It is Namshar. And spawning in the bottom right, the blue Zerg player from Psistorm Gaming. It is JonSnow. And thank you guys again for tuning in. I was not planning on casting it until I realized that there's a lot of games going uncasted. I guess a lot of the community casters fell through or gave up. I've been up since 4 a.m. casting. So right now it's 2 p.m. My time. So I can see why some of them passed out, because I totally did. I got a couple links coming out here from Namshar. And JonSnow has got this pretty much handled. He's going to get a couple more links. And he's going to check first. Looks like he's going to check that third base location, just to make sure. I've seen a lot of Zerg players, me myself included, take the gold base as their second. Namshar comes in, sees the creep, knows it's the third base, and knows he has to start putting on some sort of aggression, because he is only sitting on 2 bases. Speed upgrade is going to finish for both players in basically the same time. Namshar is just slightly more ahead. We do see him bailing us over here in the corner for Namshar. A couple links get in. They're going to try to spot to see if there's going to see any bailing us, and they don't see it here at the moment. JonSnow he likes roaches, so I'm assuming he's going to go roaches. There he goes. He's getting the roaches, so if JonSnow could get plenty of roaches out, he'd be able to deal with the incoming bailings that Namshar is sending out right now. Speedlings running across the map, going to go after this third base. And they're actually going to get some decent damage done. There's not really that much links here on the map for JonSnow, and JonSnow is going to start doing some damage here to Namshar's third base. Bane is here, and goes after one. But this lonely Ling is not going to be able to do enough. Oh, more Lings are streaming in here for JonSnow. JonSnow is going to get the cancel on that third base, and he's basically going to start punishing Namshar like he was doing earlier when he was punishing Xanster. A lot of Lings coming out here from Namshar, and Namshar has the Banes, but it has the Banelings to be able to defend against us, no problem. JonSnow is just more being annoying at this point. Lings trying to come in, run up the ramp, get past the Queens, runs all the way in. More Lings battling it out here in the center of the map in the kind of this pool area. One thing I always like to point out on this map. Oh, this is not the map. Never mind. It's the underwater one. Never mind. Ignore it. A couple Lings coming after JonSnow's third base. The spine is here, but it's not quite yet finished. This Queen's doing everything they can to survive. It's about to go down. Lings are here focusing it down. Bane's rolling in, trying to go after the drones. Actually doesn't detonate on any drones. Gets 0 kills so far with that Bane. 4 drones have gone down total for these Lings running in. Goes after that hatchery. Spine actually gets canceled. JonSnow is going to be able to defend it with his roaches and push on forward. Now roaches are here on the map here for JonSnow. And Lings, roaches moving across the map. Namshar is getting roaches of his own, but is it going to be a little too late? Here's a counterattack coming here from Namshar, going over the north side. Going to go after that third base yet again. Lings coming in is going to go after the third base of Namshar. Is Namshar going to lose his third base again? More roaches coming in, but here we go. Here's the counter. Namshar coming in, going after the third base. Third base of JonSnow is completely undefended. Ling's popping out, but that queen is about to go down, and the rest of the Lings get cleaned up here. Losing a queen is just super detrimental, and here comes roaches for JonSnow going after that third base. Namshar is not going to be able to. I don't think Namshar is going to be able to save this third base. He put these roaches kind of over here in the corner to help defend against this. And I just think this is going to be a little too much here for Namshar. Namshar getting as much roaches as he can, but it's not going to get there in time. And the Lings from JonSnow coming in, getting a surround on top of these roaches. Now they're just going to go after that hatchery. Might as well. And this hatchery's going down. Last little bit of the roaches, and I think that's going to be it. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive against this. Third base from Namshar is about to drop. And JonSnow is going to snipe it and then run away. I mean, but the army count is kind of dead even for both players, which is great. But the third base of JonSnow is currently up and running +2, or excuse me, tier 1 for both players has started. Layer upgrade is on the way for both players. You'd think I would recognize the layer look, but my eyes, but I don't have my glasses on, so these icons look teeny tiny. Ling is rolling in, trying to go after as many drones as they can. Going to get a couple of drones here for JonSnow. Majority of Namshar's army is up here at the doorstep of JonSnow. Is he going to be able to handle this? What exactly is going to be able to do? More roaches coming out here for JonSnow. He's going to destroy the rocks to help kind of deal with the attack here. And this gas is so lonely without some drones in it, JonSnow. There he goes. This is almost he heard me. Layer has finished up. Speed upgrade coming out for both players for on the Roach Warren. I thank you guys so much. It's interesting. Twitch lets me know when my friends start watching, so it's very interesting that I see it kind of paying up. Overseer's coming in. He's going to be able to see the tech. He's not going to see anything he already doesn't know. Ling's running around here on the north side here for Namshar's base. Looks like JonSnow's just going to try to be sneaky with that Ling run by. And he gets into the base, and he's going to go after the drones. Queen is here to help deal with this. A couple of drones going down. As you can see, it's about 10-5 in terms of worker kills. I love like the Russian sound. Da, 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 da. I love that music. Alright, so we do see the tier 2 upgrade is now starting for both players. And JonSnow getting slightly supply capped here towards the end. And we'll see exactly what he decides to do with this tier 2. Like I said, it has started. But JonSnow going for that Spire. Looks like he's going to try to switch into that muted tech. Possibly Blue Lords. Who knows? Who knows? And Roach is coming in now. Both these players have that tier 1 upgrade. Tier 2 is on the way for both players. JonSnow's going to try to sandwich Namshar in. JonSnow's pushing forward on top of Namshar's army. But the Ravagers are here dropping Corrosive Bile on both armies here. And just JonSnow's not migrating them back all the way. Here we go. More Corrosive Bile landing. And Namshar's just going to be pulling ahead. Army supply from Namshar is pulling ahead 110 to just under 50. Evolution Chamber is about to cancel out that upgrade. And Namshar is just going to be slowly pulling ahead here. I don't think JonSnow is going to be able to handle this. Roach Warren is about to drop as well. If that Roach Warren drops, there we go. That's going to be it. I don't think JonSnow is going to be able to cover from this. 120 army supply to 60. And that looks like it's just going to be a game number 1. It looks like it's going to be in favor of Namshar. Great plays from both players. And JonSnow is trying everything he can to hold on to what he can. but it just may not be enough. Muta's out, which is great. 5 mutas are on the way, but is it going to be enough? I don't think it's going to be that much. Across the bow landing. There's no more roaches. And second base from JonSnow getting sniped. JonSnow does not want to GG out, does not want to quit. I think he thinks that if he gets enough mutas, he'll be able to counter this if he stops it, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. And Lair is getting attacked now. So many drones dying. 45 workers killed to only 5. Spire's about to drop. And I think that's going to be it. JonSnow holding on to the best he can. Gold base from JonSnow is up. Queen is here. Mutas are here. Stopping. I mean, these mutas are doing a decent number of damage. I don't think it's going to be enough to handle this because there's no Hydralisks are now on the way. And his mutas are still attacking this army. I mean, he's got a decent number of mutas on the field. And GG gets called. There we go. Namshar takes game number 1. And a great back and forth from both players. And JonSnow just super aggressive and just sniping that third and doing a lot of defensive on that third, but just wasn't able to fully fully capitalize on it. That's the word I'm looking for. All right, guys, we're going to be jumping into game number 2 of Group H, or I'm going to call it Group Z because it's a group of just Zerg. Did we just do that? Wait, never mind. Alright, guys, we're going to be jumping into the things to consider. Oh, dude. So, Namshar is one of those guys that I was mentioning in team chat. So, as a caster, when you do these tournaments, you have a certain way how you want things done. And a lot of players, some players are really intuitive to helping you out when there's no admin. And there's a lot of players that just don't care, and those players are the ones that start the matches without the casters, don't report the scores, push themselves through in their own tournament, whatever the case may be. Namshar is the ideal player in terms of just he invites with the map mods on, he requests Twitter updates, he asks the casters when they're ready, he talks to them. And he kind of answers questions about the game and stuff like that. So it's like, JonSnow does it as well, but just to see someone that's not on the team show that kind of respect, I just absolutely love. And so I messaged Namshar when he invited me to this game. I'm like, didn't we just do this? He's like, no, we didn't. This is a different map. I'm like, oh, same color scheme. He's like, well, they both have grass, so I guess they're the same. LOL. And I was like, sarcastic little prick. But I just dropped the thing. But still funny. Guy's funny. Alright, so let's do... Yeah, I know the overlay. Give me a second. Calm down. Alright, so let's be jumping right into it. I know the overlay. Just killing some time. Clarity. Nothing's happening just yet. If they're choosing, I would have jumped to do it. And to answer your question, how do you get casting these things? A couple things. Expect to cast for 4 years, about 40 hours a week, without earning $1. That's 1. 2, stay up at any and all hours and cast. 3, annoy your wife as she's pregnant and waking up at 4 a.m. That wakes her up. And apply when DreamHack sends out the applications. All those things. Just follow them and you'll be fine. Alright, guys, let's jump right into this game. Number 2 of this best of 3 spawning in the bottom right. It is the blue Zerg player from Psistorm Gaming. Down 1 in this best of 3. It is JonSnow. And spawning in the top left position, the red Zerg player. The red Zerg player from dPix Gaming. It is Namshar. And there we go. JonSnow is like the snoot of this. Snoot actually likes to go 3 base before a pool. JonSnow does 2 base, pool, then 3 base, all within 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So I'm going to be interested to see exactly what he decides to do with these plays here. Your head. I did get Twitch affiliated, so if you guys want to, do that cheering thing, I won't mind. I'm at like 160 cheers. Yeah, I only need 800 more to earn $1. Something to that extent. Speed upgrade has finished up here now for JonSnow. JonSnow is going to be pushing the aggressive to go for that third base again of Namshar. We'll see if he's going to get it caught. Namshar getting a couple Banes out. I think he's expecting the attack to be on his main base. So those Banes are kind of in the off position. And we'll see what happens. Ling's going to come in and going to go after that third base. Is he going to be able to get it, though? That is the question. These Lings are going to come in here. He actually might force the cancel on it. It's about halfway destroyed and only about 20% left completed. He's actually has to get the cancel on it. Oh, gets the cancel. Great job on that. And Bane's coming in. A lot of Banes here. That Ling, that hero Ling, gets the explosion on that Bane. More Banes coming in. Ling's going to go after those Banes as best they can. Get the explosion on it. It's crazy if they did their own splash damage like Yeah, and JonSnow, like I say, of course he's my teammate. I want to cheer for him. When I cast, I'm definitely non-biased unless we're doing an in-house tournament, and then I favor whoever I like. But JonSnow, I have to share the story. So a couple of you guys, I've already heard the story if you started in this chat. If you just joined the chat just recently in the past 10 minutes, you have not heard the story yet. So I do like to share this story. About 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, JonSnow was in high school, obviously, and he played in High School Star League, which started out in Orange County, which I helped start and helped organize. And he did the team format where it was a team versus team, team 1, player 1 versus team 2, player 1. Winner stays in, loser is out, and you play until you eliminate the entire player's team, best of 7. I forget the format, what that format's called. So JonSnow was in high school with only him and his brother. That's the only people that were playing on his team. And the tournament, the Grand Finals tournament, was the round of 8 to the finals. His brother couldn't make it, so it was JonSnow by himself. And he went all the way to the semifinals, and he 4-0'd the entire team. 3 teams he 4-0'd. He didn't drop a game until the semifinals, and then he lost game 3. But he did this crazy Heart of the Swarm, one base roach timing. Just destroying. It was so sick that he carried so much. He got like 11 games in a row, 12 games in a row. I forget exactly how many games in a row, but he carried his team to the semifinals. It's absolutely insane. I became a fan. Like, that's my first time ever watching JonSnow, and that was back when he was facing his Panda Bear me, before Panda Bear me left high school and joined Root and stuff like that. And Banana something. He always holds the banana in his pocket. He used to play for Oakland High School. Oakwood High School, I believe, is the high school that those guys used to play for. Anyway, so that's a little back history on JonSnow. And it looks like all the main casters are unfortunately just kind of tuning into the main stream now. So I don't know if there's going to be any more games after this or if it's going to jump into the main thing right now. We do see JonSnow is actually a little ahead in armies, or a little ahead in the upgrades, but not the army supply. 1 Ravager versus 2. And look at these drones coming out, roaches coming out, plus the Banes. Bane's landing on top of that, and here we go. JonSnow pushing on forward, getting that tier 2 upgrade. So JonSnow is going to be in a little bit favor in terms of upgrades. He's going to have that tier 2 way before Namshar even has that tier 1. So Namshar really needs to get the numbers in number count, and here comes a counterattack from Namshar. Namshar is going to be running with these Lings. Is JonSnow going to realize that there's Lings running into his base? And so he needs to back away because he realized that's a lot of Lings coming into his base. And it looks like actually he's just going to push on forward. He's going to go after that third base. He knows that it takes some damage. Just know that it's there. And there he's going to go after that third base. JonSnow has the army count, but only has 1 Ravager. He's not going to be able to get rid of that Spine Crawler. Spine Crawler is about to drop. There we go. Cross the battle landing on top of it. Spine Crawler is not going to be able to burrow. And the roaches are here. It's JonSnow just pushing on forward. He's got the upgrade, and he's just destroying Namshar's army right now. A couple of these roaches going after that spine. Crocodile is here now, and that spine has finished up. There you go, landing right on top of it. The spine is going to start bleeding out here unless that queen starts to transfuse it. And JonSnow, I think, kind of overextended just a little bit. He's going to have that tier 2 upgrade here. And here comes a counterattack at the north base of JonSnow's third base. Drones here fight with it, might as well. And good job not losing anything. And we do see JonSnow still pulling ahead in army supply and upgrades. He's going to have that tier 2 upgrade. So JonSnow is going to be ahead in this game, which is great for JonSnow. More roaches coming out for JonSnow. JonSnow, it's JonSnow. John Cena. Look at all the roaches streaming across the map. Namshar sees he's got great overload positioning. Only one Ravager to deal with it. It's super funny. Tier 2 upgrade has now finished here for JonSnow. Namshar has that tier 1, so tier 2, these are roaches and Ravagers are going to be super strong. There is a spine dealing with it. That is some super long range on that spine. I call shenanigans on that. Crocodile landing on top of Namshar's army, clearing out just a little bit. Army supply of JonSnow is dwindling just a little bit. We do see the speed upgrade has finishing up now here from Namshar. Namshar is going to be on the same speed upgrade as JonSnow, but is it going to be enough? JonSnow just has enough to deal with this, but that third base is going to be under attack from Namshar, and JonSnow just not going to be able to resupply fast enough since the bases are here from Namshar, and JonSnow is forced back yet again, and this is a super costly for JonSnow to keep having to deal with this, and just not able to get as many roaches out as he can. And JonSnow is, kind of retreating just a little bit. More Ravagers coming out here for JonSnow. Again, more roaches out. Tier 2 upgrade has now started now for Namshar, plus the Carapace upgrade. They basically started at the same time. So if JonSnow can start attacking with that +2 with that Carapace upgrade, he'll be in great shape. But Namshar is going to get on the same tier upgrade. So JonSnow really needs to start pushing the aggression now to stay ahead in terms of upgrades. Keep Namshar building army instead of building upgrades, and that's kind of what JonSnow needs to kind of stay in this game right now. He's going to push on forward. Namshar has this fully spotted. That fourth base is going to be under attack here for JonSnow, but it's just not going to be enough. JonSnow's trying to push up the ramp here, and we do see some counterattack from JonSnow. Going to push on through. Contamination going on top of the evolution chamber, which is great. It's going to buy JonSnow some time to get his armor upgrade out first. And Namshar's roaches are going to push JonSnow all the way back on the north base here. And see if JonSnow is going to be able to take a good engagement here. Crocodile landing on both armies here. And one Ravager's here in the back for JonSnow. And like I said, JonSnow has that tier army upgrade, so his army supply is just kind of slowly pulling ahead. And I don't know if this is going to be enough yet again. Namshar, but might be able to hold on. His base is right here. He's going to be able to enforce this no problem. More roaches popping out here, but he's got to defend in two places here. More roaches coming into the north base of Namshar. And Namshar's fourth base is under attack, and I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on to this. 80 army supply to 60. Tier 2 upgrade in favor of JonSnow. The armor upgrade is going to finish before or in favor of JonSnow. Namshar is not going to be able to hold on. Is this going to be enough, though? Is JonSnow going to be able to pull through it? He's getting pushed back yet again. And it's just, what's saving Namshar is that he's getting attacked on his bases. Therefore, he's not going to be able to, he's able to replenish so much quicker. And JonSnow, takes his fourth base. But he's going to, JonSnow should come in here and contaminate again. Oh, he's not going to be able to. I think he needs another 20 in energy. He's not going to be able to contaminate that evolution chamber again. So the armor upgrade as in favor of JonSnow, but Namshar is going to get. So now they both have this similar armor. So now they're back on the same upgrades. Now it's just going to come back to sheer micro 100 to 104. JonSnow getting the highest supply account there, but he is running out of minerals to mine. He needs to start thinking about taking another base. Here comes Namshar moving out. He's got the upgrades now. Tier 2 started for Namshar. This is going to spell disastrous for JonSnow if he doesn't start getting his upgrades of his own. Fourth base from Namshar is pretty much set. JonSnow getting upgrades as well. No Hydralisk with this army. JonSnow does have the higher supply count, but is it going to be enough? And Namshar sees this army, of course, decides to move out, you know, and JonSnow moving on up. Corrosive Bile laying on top of Namshar's. Oh, and JonSnow getting supply cap there. That's not good. And now JonSnow moving out. Going to be fighting on top of the creep here. Corrosive Bile laying on top of Namshar is completely supply capped. This is not good for Namshar. He's not going to be able to reinforce if he starts losing units. He's super supply capped. He's almost 20 supply capped right now. We'll see if he gets any more Corrosive Bile landing. Almost hitting some of these overseers here. He's back to being no longer supply capped. Corrosive Bile landing. Getting a couple decent shots on both armies. He's trying to sandwich them up. Getting north side and south side. Great flank there from JonSnow. Namshar's army is dwindling. There are tier 2 upgrades both for both players. More roaches coming out for JonSnow. He's going to be able to reinforce this a lot quicker this time. But they're trading so evenly. But is it going to be enough? Namshar is holding on to the best he can. But JonSnow is pulling ahead. Only 70 army supply for Namshar. JonSnow has plus 100. Is he going to be able to do it? Is JonSnow finally going to be able to break Namshar here? He cleans up the army. But he's pulling back now. He's going to be forcing JonSnow. He's going to be forcing Namshar to rebuild as much as he can. And Namshar is only going to be able to get about 6 to 8 Ravengers out. Corrosive Bile landing, almost getting that Overseer. And Namshar is just super far behind, and here comes another attack from JonSnow. JonSnow is going to push on forward, but a tier 2 upgrade from Namshar. That Carapace upgrade has finished up, so now Namshar has the higher upgrade count. Is it going to be enough, though? We'll see. More Corrosive Bile landing. Is it going to get good connection? Fifth base from Namshar is coming down. He needs to get that base up and running. Same thing with JonSnow. To be able to deal with this contamination on that hatchery. Stops this larva producing. And here we go. Roaches, Corrosive Bile. But you have to remember the tier 2 upgrades in favor of Namshar right now. More units streaming across the map here for JonSnow. Ravagers going after Namshar. Namshar's army is just nowhere near as strong as JonSnow, at least in terms of army count. Fourth base, technically fifth base of Namshar had to get canceled out. And JonSnow is in a commanding position. He's got the higher army count, but just not in terms of upgrades. And we'll see if this is going to pay off for him in the end. More Corrosive Bile landing, sniping some of those Ravagers. North position, JonSnow flanking the army yet again of Namshar. Namshar's army slowly dwindling down. 100 army supply to 80. I think this is it. I think JonSnow finally broke Namshar. And we might be going to a game 3, ladies and gentlemen, but I don't know. Namshar reinforces so quickly, and JonSnow loses a lot of his army to Corrosive Biles. And like I said, JonSnow does not have that armor upgrade, so these units are not dying as quickly as JonSnow's units are. And that fifth base of JonSnow is up, so he's going to be able to transfer his drones eventually. There we go. He's transferring his drones now to start getting over there. And Namshar, unfortunately, doesn't have his base up, so he's not going to be able to mine as much as he would like to. Fifth base now just starting. We do see Infestors coming out now here from JonSnow. JonSnow getting Infestors out, getting that burrow. Looks like he's going to try to do some burrowed roach pick and move. I mean, if we could put 6 roaches there, he can start clearing out some drone lines. Overseers here Namshar sees the infestors, knows to start realizing there might be some burrowed action going on with those infestors, fungal growths coming out, and Corrosive Biles. More overseers, and again, JonSnow did not go in for that armor upgrade. Is it going to prove disastrous? Namshar moving to the north side of the base. And it looks like JonSnow is going to try to intercept it. Is he going to be able to see it, though? There we go. JonSnow sees that small attack and knows it's coming. He's going to move partial of his army. Not everything, but partial of his army up there to deal with that counterattack that's coming. While Namshar moves forward, good fungal growths and Corrosive Bile landing on top of this, preventing the army from coming through. 11 drones going down. JonSnow moved out in time to try to deal with that counterattack, but just wasn't able to get it. Just, unfortunately was not able to get it. Burrow, like I said, has finished completing for JonSnow, but he didn't get the Burrow movement upgrade. And Roach is coming in here from JonSnow, trying to get some kind of damage going, get a leg up in this game. He was ahead of this game for almost the entirety of the matchup, but Namshar is just patiently pushing forward. And, this would be a great fungal to get him in that bottleneck position. We'll see if he's going to be able to get it there, going to the north side. He's basically wants to stop this army from moving across the map, as we keep seeing him doing. But he's splitting up his army. I don't know if that's going to be a great idea. Looks like he's going to go up to the top position there. See if he gets some bottlenecked here, and fungal growth him right there would be a perfect position. Going to snipe one of the. There we go. Roaches from Namshar trying to go to the north top position, but not able to get it. And fifth base from Namshar under attack yet again. And Burrow is just now starting. And Festers are here. Are you going to be able to get a couple good fungal growths? Corrosive ball landing on top of Namshar's entire army. More fungal growths going off, and JonSnow taking good engagement here. Last little bit of the roaches from the south side of JonSnow's army is coming in here. And JonSnow, just great fungal growths. Great corrosive ball. GG, well played gets called. JonSnow with those epic fungal growths just slamming down Namshar's army. Landing this corrosive biles. I mean, so many fungal growths went off towards that end. That was absolutely insane. Great job there from Namshar. Holy smokes, guys. We have a series. This is a best of 3. So winner will move on in the tournament to face against whoever. So it looks like we'll be jumping into on Defenders Landing, my least favorite map. Thank you guys again for tuning in. My name is Draven, of course. As always, you're watching Dre TV. Thank you guys so much for the support. You show the channels, all the new recent follows and the cheers and all that. I am a Twitch affiliated, so I do appreciate when you guys are able to support the channel like that. It means a lot to me. That you guys are able to do this, so please continue to do so. And of course, you're watching WCS Jönköping. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Where's Clarity? Clarity, stop commenting. I was kidding about the sarcasm, but hey. There we go. We'll see what these guys decide to do now. Nice. No, I know. I was giving you a hard time just because you stopped talking. So I was like, oh, no, I made him mad. All right, guys. Let's jump right into it. Spawning in the bottom left position of Defender's Landing is the red Zerg player from Pixel Gaming. It is Namshar. And spawning in the top right position, the blue Zerg player from Psistorm Gaming. It is JonSnow. JonSnow with an amazing play last round, getting the upper hand against Namshar. Namshar was down almost that entire game, took a couple good engagements and kind of put JonSnow on the back heels. And then JonSnow came in with the freaking amazing fungal growths and was able to destroy Namshar's army, even though Namshar's army had that +2 carapace upgrade and the range upgrade. So we'll see what these guys decide to do now. JonSnow, it's the 2-minute marker, and he's not going for that third base yet. What gives? I think he's afraid that there might be some kind of cheese going on. This map up is super short distance. As you can see, these lings are slow lings, and they're already halfway across the field. So I think he's afraid that there might be some kind of sneaky action going on. We do see Namshar's not even going. Well, He may not be going for the speed upgrade. We'll see what he exactly decides to do. He only put 2 drones in it this time. JonSnow did decide to opt in for that speed upgrade. And we'll see if Namshar decides to do it. 1 more drone. He's at the 100 gas. There we go. Speed upgrade. I guess he just decided to use 2 drones and save that extra drone for mining. I remember one time I was casting, I was like, it makes 0 sense that cooling tower only has 200 HP, but the debris has 2,000 or something like that. Like, it makes 0 sense. But someone explained, it's a lot harder to destroy a building than clean it up once it's destroyed. So I was like, all right, that's actually valid. 500 to 2,000, that's what it was. Well, let's see if JonSnow can hold on. Both players going for that speed upgrade. Nothing too out of the ordinary. A couple queens popping out here for JonSnow. And JonSnow moving straight into layer tech. Right off the bat, I am surprised he is deciding to do that, though. We'll see what he's going to do with that. Evolution Chamber kind of blocking off this ramp here. Queen coming out here from JonSnow, going to be taking down that Overlord. Or not really taking it down, but at least pushing it back. Speed upgrade is going to finish for Namshar. And a Roach Warren coming out for Namshar. So I guess he's expecting JonSnow to do his normal Roach build. But it looks like he's not going to. He's going to move it across the map. And JonSnow, unfortunately, doesn't have an answer to this. He's got 0 units on the map right now. I don't know what JonSnow's going to do. I don't think he realizes that there's an attack coming. And unfortunately for JonSnow, he's got the Spire out, which is great, but it's not going to be enough. Look at all these lings going to be streaming across the map now. And he's going to say there's a Spire over here in the back. Namshar is probably going to go straight after that Spire. There he goes. He's going to go straight after that Spire. And JonSnow, unfortunately, is not going to be able to save that Spire. It's not going to finish in time. Looks like he's going to have to cancel it. Cancels the Spire, restarts rebuilding it. He's going to lose a couple drones in this process. And JonSnow's kind of hidden little Spire trick is unfortunately going to get caught. More links from Namshar. Running, do annoying. And third base from Namshar coming down, as well as the layer tech starting for Namshar. Spire starting to get rebuilt. And JonSnow, look at just saving up for that gas, man. I mean, he's really going to transition into those meters. What a switch. But is it going to be enough? That is the key. Look at that. Double gas on both bases. And, I mean, Layer's going to finish up, and Hydralis is going to finish up way before that Spire gets done. And before they're able to get any kind of Spires out. So JonSnow, we'll see exactly what JonSnow decides to do right after this. He knows that it got spotted, so maybe he doesn't realize, maybe he doesn't think Namshar will expect mutas now. Third base from JonSnow is now starting. And Roach is moving out for Namshar. Uh-oh. Is that third base? Third base is going to get canceled from JonSnow. And now 9 mutas are on the field. And no Hydralis yet. No, what? I guess he's just going to come out with roaches. Decides to cancel that third base, and all these roaches are going to be coming out now. Queen is here, not going to be able to transfuse that spine. And more roaches coming out. Here are the mutas that help deal with this army. And the mutas are here at home. Namshar needs to start thinking about building some spore crawlers. All the mutas here. So many mutas are on the field now for JonSnow. He's going to be able to clean up these roaches. And there we go. One spore crawler starting to go down. And now the mutas need to start flying across the map. There he goes. He's going to start flying across the map and see what kind of damage he's going to be able to do. There's a couple queens here to help defend against this. All the spore crawlers are going down. Mutas are here to go after that third base. Is he going to get there in time, though? Mutas flying right in. Spores are already down. Spore crawlers are already down here for Namshar. Muta's going to go after the overlords. Why not? Supply cap him. Here's the queens. He's going to go after the fully HP or the fully energy queen. But that's a lot of mutas. And yeah, there's a couple of roaches kind of flying around or running around. Muta's going to go all the way back to get this Overlord for Namshar. And, great job there. And Muta's flying around just looking for Overlords. But look how many... If he runs into the main base and sees that many Overlords, he's going to be able to snipe that Spore and that Queen really quickly. Queen's going to run in now. They're going to go after the one with the most energy, so he can't transfuse. There he goes. He's going to snipe the first one that can't transfuse. There he goes. He's going to snipe the second one. No transfuses for those Queens. And the Hydralisks are here, but it's not going to, there's not that many Hydralisks. And there's a Spore Crawler, which is great. But they're going to go after that lair and just be super annoying. Roach is going to do a counterattack. There's a couple Queens here, and a couple Lings help deal with this. But that lair is going to get under attack. And Namshar, I don't know what Namshar is going to be able to do. There's so many Mutas on the field here for JonSnow. But there is a good amount of Hydralisks coming now. More Mutas on the field now for JonSnow. JonSnow is pushing the aggressive as best he can. Going to clean up this army. The Roach is going after the third base of JonSnow. And I mean, look how many Hydralisks there is. And now JonSnow, unfortunately, is going to catch these two Hydralisks, snipe them really quick, and one Spore Crawler is about to go down really quickly. It does buy them time to deal with this. Hydralisks are here, a lot of Mutas, but more Hydralisks than Mutas. Fourth base from Namshar tried to go down. It looks like he is going to get the cancel on it and snipes the drone to boot. Super annoying to deal with that, and the Mutas from JonSnow just flying around being as annoying as possible. And I mean, if he ran into that main base, was able to snipe that Queen, like snipe the Queen really quick. Those Hydralisks are so out of position. Snipe the Queen, snipe the second Queen. It looks like he just doesn't want to fight it. And a couple Hydralisks getting some decent shots. Roaches with that counterattack. More Roaches out here for JonSnow. And the Muta's going to clean up these Roaches. No problem here. And JonSnow getting the Flyer upgrade plus the range upgrade. And the fourth base from Namshar is going down. But the Hydralisks are here. Just Hydralisks is being super annoying. Super hard for JonSnow to deal with this. And he's going to get a fourth base now. And he really wants to get into the main base here and snipe this lair. Snipe the lair. Oh, he's going to fly right over the Hydralisk, though. It's a good thing there's not... and there's the Infestors. 5 Infestors are coming out here for Namshar. And the Mutas from JonSnow. Looks like he's just trying to contain Namshar here. And he's going to run in. There's the Infestors. JonSnow sees the Infestors, knows he's got to be super careful now. Not to get caught, not to get fungal growth. And here goes Hydralisks, tier 2 and 1 upgrade, or tier 2 range. And they're going to try to fight on top of this. He's going to snipe a couple of the Roaches. Hydralisks are here to deal with this. Roaches coming out now here from JonSnow. He's got a decent army, but it's just, he doesn't have the upgrades. I mean, he's got the Mutas to help deal with this, but the Infestors are here. And all it's going to take is a couple good fungal growths. And JonSnow is not going to be able to deal with this. He's doing everything he can to keep this army as back as possible. And the Muta's, Muta's going to try to fly into the main base. The Hydralisks are clearly not with this army. And the Mutas are flying around. The Infestors are here. They're burrowed. JonSnow doesn't realize that they're burrowed. And the Mutas are just doing everything they can to try to keep this. He's trying to sandwich this army is what it looks like he's trying to do. Coming at both angles. There we go. Roaches coming in, Crosabile landing. It's tier 2 range versus tier 1 range. And, of course, Namshar has the armor upgrade. Both players have the fourth base, but it looks like... huge Crosabile on top of JonSnow's army. Second Crosabile, and all the Mutas are getting cleaned up here from JonSnow. And JonSnow looks like it's just going to go to a base trade. And Namshar is going to have a hard time getting into that position. So here we go. Looks like it's going to be a base trade kind of scenario. Zerg versus Zerg base trade. We'll see what exactly happens. Who's got the highest army supply count here? JonSnow pushing forward. Is going to snipe one of these spines. Roach is coming into the main base of Namshar. Namshar's fourth base is going to get taken down. And the main base of Namshar is going to get taken down by JonSnow. And both these players need to move their drones out. and get a hidden base somewhere else. It's turning into a base trade. Army supply count is the same for both players, but the difference is Namshar has the stronger army. And all the drones from Namshar are going to be put up. They have just enough to build a hatchery. So that's what it looks like he's about to do. He's going to build a hatchery in probably the main base here. It looks like they're just going to trade positions. But he needs to do it quick. He's about to lose... he's not going to lose all his buildings, but he's about to lose most. There we go. Namshar taking that base right there. And I think, unfortunately for JonSnow, I think Namshar is going to win this base trade. Base trade of all base trades, but JonSnow leaves, unfortunately. GG. And Namshar wins. 2 out of 3 moves on in Group H, or I like to call the Zerg group. And I think that's going to be it in terms of games for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in at the last minute. That is a bummer. JonSnow, GG gets called. And unfortunately for JonSnow, I think that's it. I'm not too sure how it all works out. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much. I'm not too sure who's still streaming, if any of the community guys are, or if it's just the main. I think it's just the main guys now. Oh no, Indy's still. Copa. Anyway, guys, thank you guys, of course, so much for tuning in. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Of course, as always, I am associated now, or Twitch affiliated, so please donate if you can. I'd greatly appreciate that. You guys are absolutely awesome and helping out with that. So I appreciate when you guys can do that. I will throw it to give our buddies over in the mainstream a quick host. Thank you guys for the new follows. I appreciate it. I see him coming in. Neo Fusion, Neo Zer, J40. Thank you so much, guys, for those new follows. And, of course, the retweets and all that. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you again, guys, for saying thank you and all that. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And we'll throw it over to the main StarCraft guys. Let them know I sent you over. You guys have a good one.